What is going on, y'all, and welcome back to the FitMenCook kitchen. Well, I tell you what, I am anxious to get my hands dirty today because today's video is a recipe for those serious calorie counters out there, those serious meal preppers. We are making delicious, savory, juicy chicken teriyaki meatballs in our own homemade teriyaki sauce. Trust you are going to love it, and it's really easy to make your own. Now, one of the biggest hindrances to my, healthy eating journey historically and somewhat today is snacking. I gotta admit, y'all, I'm one of those big time snackers. I will wake up at 2 and 3 a.m. and just be mindlessly eating, just sitting there, and I just can't stop myself. And it's not just at that time either, it's throughout the day. I could probably eat about 500 unaccounted for calories each day. You know, you don't really think about it. It's just mindless eating. So you'll grab a couple nuts here and there, you'll grab a protein bar, and we don't really account for what all that intermittent snacking is doing to our overall goals. Even healthy and calorie conscious snacking can be counterproductive to our goals because even though it could be healthy, it is the accumulation of those calories that's really going to get us closer to our goals or a little bit farther away. All this to say, meatballs are an effective way to combat snacking. They are a really calorie conscious, delicious, and savory snack. And I got this idea about meatballs a while back. A gym trainer was working with me and he said, "Hey man, what is your pain point right now?" And I said, "Bro, I get up at 3 a.m. and I'm always snacking. I can't stop eating." He said, "I had that same problem. So what I did was I boiled a pot of eggs. And when I would get up at 3 a.m., I just grab an egg, I put some hot sauce on it, and I eat it, and I go right back to sleep." So the hot sauce would help to curb the appetite, and then the egg itself was pretty lean, but the yolk helped to keep them satiated. So it was a great solution. But I also learned from that meatballs could serve that same purpose. So don't look at today's recipe just as a meal prep dinner recipe or a lunch recipe, but also look at this as a solution for your snacking problems if you are like me. So with that in mind, we are going to hop right into today's recipe. I'm going to walk you all through it. So if you are ready to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty, then let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to chop up the veggies. I'm going to dice up green onion, red bell pepper, carrot, celery, and broccoli. I'm chopping up the veggies in these really large chunks. Texture is just as important as the flavor. When you bite into it, you want the juiciness of all the sauce and the meat, but you also want the crunchiness of the veggies. And larger cut pieces of vegetables have a bit more crunch. Keep the flavor simple whenever you're seasoning the chicken. The main flavor of the dish has got to be in the sauce. Next, we're going to spray a muffin pan with some olive oil. Now, since ground chicken is very lean, it is pretty sticky, so spray your hands with a little bit of olive oil before handling. Then carefully measure out about 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces per meatball. Roll it up, then add it to the muffin pan. We're going to bake this in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes at 410 degrees. Keep in mind, y'all, that this is lean chicken breast, so they are going to cook incredibly fast. I know some of y'all are thinking, "Oh, I don't want to get salmonella." You will not get salmonella, but if you want to cook it longer, go right ahead. This is a meal prep recipe, and that means you're going to be eating it later on in the week. So when you overcook the chicken, well, it's going to taste like a tire. For the sauce, we're going to add Bragg liquid aminos or low sodium soy sauce, rice vinegar, agave or honey, fish sauce, minced garlic, fresh ginger paste, and sriracha to taste for a little heat. Spray a skillet with olive oil and set on medium-high heat. Then toss in bell pepper, carrots, and celery. We're going to sear the veggies for about 8 minutes until the outside edges begin to brown. Reduce the heat of the skillet to medium, then add arrowroot starch to the sauce. As you pour it in the skillet, it will immediately begin to thicken. Toss in the meatballs and the raw broccoli. We're going to stir and mix for about 6 to 8 minutes until everything is completely coated in the sauce. To a meal prep container, you're going to add your choice of complex carbohydrate. I'm adding a mixture of basmati rice and brown rice. Add in the stir fry then garnish with sesame seeds and lime. Repeat for the remaining containers. Since this is meat, you can safely store this in the fridge for up to 5 days. But in my own personal practice, I like to freeze anything that I'm not gonna be eating within 3 days. So any cooked meal that you're not gonna eat within 3 days, I recommend putting it into your freezer and then defrost it in the fridge the night before you're gonna eat. You don't wanna make a habit out of defrosting your meal prep food in the microwave. And the reason is, you run the risk of drying out the food because the microwave cooks from outside in. All right, y'all, I appreciate y'all watching. If you like videos like this, then I invite you to go Conor McGregor on that like button below. And for those of you all who have these amazing family meatball recipes that are calorie conscious, I invite you to share them below and we can all live more flavorful, happier, and healthier lives. And with that, I want to thank y'all for watching, and until next time, I want y'all to keep it healthy, but of course, never ever boring. Boom! Bye.